Yes guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome to the George Benson football channel for 6 things that we learned from Chelsea 2, Bournemouth 1. It was nervy, it was a little bit lethargic, it wasn't perfect, but Chelsea get that 5th win in a row and we have secured European football for next season. And if that isn't a good enough reason to smack a like on this video, the final 6 things we learned of the season, and subscribe to the George Benson football channel because now you guys get the transfer videos. It's about to go crazy and we have got a lot to look forward to, Chelsea fans. We weren't brilliant today, but I think when it comes to this part of the season where we've obviously got something to play for and we also had to make up for some awful results. We had the Wolves one that we had to make up for, the humiliation that we experienced at the Emirates, and since that moment everything has been on an upward curve. And I was looking at this Bournemouth game today and I was thinking, well, I thought the Brighton game was going to be tougher. And I think they were just as tough as one another. Bournemouth are just a really, really good side. And I think Chelsea today probably never really went above 3rd gear. I think Palmer probably didn't have his best game. He still looked dangerous. But I think there was a bit of selfishness at times between maybe Jackson and him in the final third. So when it came to actually getting into the right position at the right moment, I think Chelsea should have had more chance creation. But I think also at the other end of the field, despite conceding an own goal, when Benoit Badiashile puts it in his back of the net, he can't do much about it. It just hits him. But overall, Chelsea made it more difficult for ourselves by lapses in concentration. When we go 2-0 up just after the start of that second half, we shouldn't be conceding goals within 75 seconds of scoring that goal. But the job is done. Pochettino gets a 5th win in a row. Chelsea secure 6th. Look, you can't rely on Spurs for anything. And I'll tell you what, you certainly can't rely on Sheffield United for anything. These boys are rubbish. They won't be back in the Premier League for a very long time. We've got to talk here as well about the absolutely brilliant display. Both displays for Thiago Silva before this game were beautiful. I spent this morning watching the Thiago Silva interview with Sky Sports. And this bloke really just is everything that I want a player to be. We have been so blessed to have 4 years of Thiago Silva. At the end of the game, you can see it means so much to him to have got that win today, get the job done for Chelsea. It's a professional performance, and overall, we're going to talk about Thiago Silva a little bit later in this video. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, what a great end to the season we've had. And if you still haven't liked the video, make sure you do. I want to break records for the 6 things likes in this video. Man City, they've won the league again. Arsenal, I think, also won. I've just got the rest of the end of that game up on my screen right now. But we have got to talk, and I can't believe it's taken me 3 minutes here to talk about the wonder goal that we have seen today at Stamford Bridge. Maybe the goal of the season. I think it is the goal of the season. Let me know what you think our goal of the season is in the comments down below. Moises Caicedo. We've been saying it for weeks now. It's kind of just been like this quickly, rapidly growing engine of love that Caicedo has received because the performances have been that good. Towards the end of this season, Caicedo has been the £100 million player. Chelsea have looked like a different team, seeing Marc Cucurella invert into that midfield to offer some protection to Caicedo, to give Gallagher that opportunity to be the legs to go forward again. I'm still watching the end of the scenes at Stamford Bridge in front of me right now while still trying to get this out for you. Silva and Pochettino, beautiful moments on the field at Stamford Bridge, but that Caicedo goal was absolutely magnificent. I think Chelsea in that first half, we started it so well, but to score a goal like that on the final day and to get the win, this is the moment we're all going to remember. Brilliant goal from Moises Caicedo. Then Bournemouth get back into the game, and I think we kind of took our foot off the gas a little bit. We allowed them too much possession. We weren't really pressing them well enough when we were trying to get the ball back in their half, so they were kind of passing through us a little bit, and they were getting into good positions. So Raheem Sterling, what a brilliant start to the second half. Chelsea go 2 goals ahead. Sterling with it. It's a really, really good goal, this one. And of course, Cole Palmer with the assist. I don't think it was his best game today, but that pass, the weight of it is perfection. Sterling makes the run, goes directly at the Bournemouth defenders and puts it in under and through the legs of Neto in the Bournemouth goal. And then 75 seconds or 60 seconds later, whatever it was, Bournemouth are back in the game. It's an own goal from Benoit Badiashile. I don't think he can do too much about it, and I'm not too bothered, even though it is one of those things where we've got to look at this as much as we won the game, and it is the end of the season. We get the job done. Lapses of concentration. We have seen it too many times this season for Chelsea. And don't get me wrong, we've scored so many more goals this season than we did last. We have finished 6 places higher in the Premier League table, which is fantastic. But we have conceded 63 goals, which is a hell of a lot of goals to concede. So there is obvious work that needs to be done. But let's just revel and enjoy the final win of the season. And we begin. Box number 1. Let me just check the order that we have gone with. Moises Caicedo, of course, has to be box number 1. I was going to give him a blue, but I just think today the overall Chelsea performance wasn't brilliant. And Caicedo, though, in the time that he was on the field, 63 minutes, taken off with a precaution. Leslie Ugochukwu came on for him, did a really good job. We'll talk about him in a moment as well. But what an end to the season for Caicedo. He was absolutely fantastic. And that goal, that's all we need to say. It was absolutely magnificent. Box number 2. Oh, no. I didn't want it to get to me, but I feel like it is. No, it's not. Okay, come on. Compose. Thiago Silva is box number 2. Don't. I love him. I absolutely love him. I think he is just such an unbelievable player, an unbelievable bloke, and it was a fantastic performance. Look, I do think there is a way that we could have seen Thiago Silva go on and do another year at Chelsea, but overall, for everyone concerned, I think it's the right thing. I think this season there were times where he wasn't as quick as we need him to be, and he was at fault. But yeah, what a man. Like, what a bloke this guy is. We are so lucky to have him. Box number 3 is a green for another man that we are so lucky to have, who was just fantastic again. Trevoh Chalobah puts in another brilliant display as right back today for Chelsea. He was fantastic again. Big blocks in that first half, getting forward, competent at the right times to know when to head it back to Petrovic or carry it forward and try and make the pass into the midfield. Trev, look, I think he probably will be sold. I don't want him to be. I don't think you can lose the quality of both Chalobah and Silva in one window and rely on Badiashile to be at that level, to rely on Disasi to be at that level. Levi Colwell's a class defender, but he's injured. Wesley Fofana, mega injury, missed the whole season. Come on. We've got to keep Trev at Chelsea. We absolutely do. Box number 4 is a green for Raheem Sterling, who I thought was really positive. He was getting forward, he was driving, and the goal that he scores inevitably wins Chelsea the game. And I think if we don't concede that Sterling goal, I don't know if we were going to... We didn't create that much, to be fair. We needed that goal, and Bournemouth played really well. So Sterling wins us the game, and that's why he's box number 4. Box number 5 is a green for big Leslie Ugochukwu. Chelsea, we've got some decent players here, you know. Big Les kind of went under the radar. I think a lot of people thought maybe he should have been loaned. What I really liked about him is he looked confident, he looked comfortable, and he's quite an imposing figure in the middle for Chelsea, which, considering we're going to probably be dealing with selling Gallagher, which I just don't want to do. I thought he was good today, not great, not bad. But Leslie Ugochukwu was positive. He made his passes going forward. He looked to drive with the ball. And I think that is the thing right now that I see about this Chelsea side, is that there are so many little nuance and so many subtleties at the end of this season that we've kind of neglected or not had all season because players have been injured. Ugochukwu's been out injured all year, so we've not had anything good to say about him until today. Christopher Nkunku again was great today. Almost had a brilliant goal for himself. Puts it over for Jackson, who holds it up well, gives it back to him. Nkunku hits it at the goalie. And Nkunku's been really bright. Look, for Chelsea to end this season in 6th place in the Premier League, if you'd have asked me that weeks ago, I'd have laughed at you. I'd have thought you'd eaten something dodgy for breakfast, and I'd advise you to go to hospital. But towards the end of this season, we have absolutely turned it around. Maurizio Pochettino has absolutely turned it around. And look, it may not be the success that Chelsea want. It may not be the success that we borderline expect. But there are absolutely foundations that have been firmly laid in the ground in the last few weeks of this season to win 5 in a row after all of the inconsistency, after all of the turmoil, is absolutely brilliant. Chelsea weren't great today, but we win. Chelsea weren't great at Forest, but we win. And there is a mentality here that is starting to kick into gear. And I'm telling you this, we're getting top 4 next year. We absolutely are. So make sure you are subscribed, because this is a massive summer for Chelsea. It's massive for player sales. It's massive that the recruitment is what Pochettino needs. I think Poch now keeps his job. We've obviously got to rely on Man City beating Man United to make sure it's Europa League that 6th gets us. Because if Man United win the FA Cup, we will be in the Conference League. Either way, we're winning that competition too. You best bloody believe it. Chelsea get the job done. Thank you guys for all of the love and support this season. It's been amazing, particularly in the last few weeks, because I am buzzing for what we have got to come. Chelsea are going places, and we are well and truly back. Come on, you Blues. Damn it, this season's over.